We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. When you look at this Bronco defense, they've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now he's loose at the 40. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here we go,
now 2nd and 3.
11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Burrow going to keep it, running right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Broncos, nothing. McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Ready. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. You talk about this Bengals defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Steel, black, blaster, 6. Hut.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Broncos at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
He's got his running back out of the backfield, and he will have the Broncos first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting one backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Red, yellow. Red, cycle. White. Go pink.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Yellow.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay,
so back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Claude red. Hey, green. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Blaster, stick. Light blue. Set cut.
Back to throw again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here we go, here
now
we go.
It's 2nd and 10.
11.
Chase, the motion man right. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Taking it right down Broadway. And out across midfield down to the 45. 65 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here we go. Stop.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Higgins goes in motion right.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. 11. Stop.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score, Bengals 7, Broncos nothing.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Broncos nothing. Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Got it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Ready.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. it's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
White. Fuse. Yellow. Set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass incomplete.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Let's go now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check White. Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though, 3rd and long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 20. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
On 1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
11 mighty.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
On 1, ready?
3rd and 19. Here's Burrow. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Down the left sideline, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 from Bengals TD. This defense, 3 interceptions now, and Charles, obviously that one for the pick-6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question, and neither is another pick-6.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. How to approach this? 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Blue striker.
He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Set, ready.
2nd and 10.
Set.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Down.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Okay,
They'll
ready?
operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Ready?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he goes out right around the 39.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ready
So
up.
from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. Shoves him aside near the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Let's
So
go
now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Come on,
So after the
bang.
loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Bang.
They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Let's get
The
set.
Bengals drive about to get going.
11
And they had the
coming.
big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll look to throw now on first down. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Ready.
Looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Black Ultra.
They'll try and throw for it here. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Burrow on play action. Got his man. It's Thornton. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field? Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. If he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort right there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals use the short field to get in for 6. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bengals 42, Broncos 3. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
97.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes.
And my goodness, another interception. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 164 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here we go.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 2.
11, 11. Stop.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
I'm one, ready?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Stop.
Here's a give up the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Stop.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
11 MT. Stop.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Stop.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Here we go.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
12. Stop.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
let's win. Big play, big play. On the set.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready?
Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Field black.
Back to throw. That is caught. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space.
Down the right sideline.
Touchdown, Broncos.
Marvin Mims.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out on the field already making plans for the evening.
On one, ready?
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Stop.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front.
On one, ready?
They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
11,
And Burrow going to change the play.
Stop.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Gun.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Stop.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here we go.
3rd down and 1.
Stop.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
Stop.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Here we go, here we go.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bengals, That early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home.